All right, Casey, give me a rundown on what we're doing here today.
We're hiking into hell with all of our camp the week before the opener.
Alright, so it's the second day of packing in on the weekend before. We set up camp up on this ledge. It's right there. That's what's left of camp. I got up today, packed up my half of camp. Kc is up on the ridge somewhere. Took the spotter and it's probably glassing. But we got up here pretty late, didn't get as far as we wanted to because a little 3-point ended up being right in the trailhead over there. So we sat down, didn't want to spook him out. So ended up sitting down glassing. No more speaking of Kc. Here's a summary of the first 30 minutes of my morning. Got up, broke down my part camp, and then started talking on camera. And Kc runs over here because there's bucks. More bucks than we've seen on our cameras, more bucks than we've seen on any other scouting trip up here. And over there, right there in the center of the screen, that little pocket. Through the spotter you can see I counted 10 bucks. The most we've been getting on one of our cameras has been $3 at a time. The other one's got a little 3 that we've been seeing. The third one, we haven't been able to look at what's on there quite yet, so there's a little doe. We did see the 3 this morning. We have seen that pile of 10. So far, another little doe, so I'm saying we're getting excited, way excited. Good potential in this area.
Well, it's about 8 o'clock on Utah's archery opening weekend. Me and Casey are headed out to try and get us a deer.
A wild adventure!
Trips like these are bound to have their issues. We're up here for at least 5 days, and we already ran into the first issue. So we had that little Honda 4-wheeler to get us up the trail to the trailhead to where we hike up, and apparently with both of us and both our packs were too much weight, so it couldn't make up. So Casey's headed back to his truck to load up and drive his truck up here. While I'm waiting for Casey, I just want to explain kind of what we got going on here. So for the past about 8 weeks, we've been hiking up, bringing up water because there is no water up here. There's probably some kind of spring or wallow or something because there's deer in here. But we've been packing up 2 gallons each every other weekend. And then this last weekend we packed up camp. So all we got left in our packs is our bows, food, our camo, a few other miscellaneous things that we didn't bring up last week. We're gonna be in here for 5 days at most, then try another spot if we can't get it done in 5 days. We've been seeing a handful of really nice bucks. So if nobody's come in here and busted out, because this is Utah General, it's public land, everyone has access to it, so.
Something really doesn't want us to go hunt.
So it's day 1. Got up at about 6 o'clock this morning. Figured since we didn't know what the deer's patterns were right now, we would give them a little time to come out. We'd glass. We got a few good vantage points just right here from camp. I went out and glassed one point and didn't see anything at first, so I went over the saddle to glass the other side. Still didn't see anything. So we went back over as the sun was coming up. It was about 7 o'clock. And we found the big bachelor herd of 10 and a few other duals and singles. Our plan right now is to sit and kind of watch where they bed. Right now, they're bedded in the shade a little bit in a spot that we don't really want to risk stalking in and spooking them out, so we're gonna wait till they come up a little bit. If they stick to their patterns completely this afternoon as the sun comes out and heats up, it should bring them up towards the terraces. So hopefully we can get them up on the terraces and get a good stalk on today. Alright, so it's day 2. We got a stalk in last night. Casey went to go sit on his camera, and I went across to the east peak over there where we used to set up camp. And I ended up glassing a set of bucks just low, about 100 yards lower than he was. So we got him directed in there. And I told him basically step by step where to go and best way to get in there from my view. And we ended up getting him within 20 yards of these bucks. But what I couldn't see was between him and those bucks were cliffs. So he had to go up over those cliffs, and I accidentally broke a twig, and they all went bolting away. So we almost got it done yesterday, not quite. Now our game plan is we're headed up to one of our major glassing points, and we're gonna see what we can see this morning. We got our chairs and our bows ready for us to sit down and glass for a while. And if we see something in stockable position, make a move on it. So wish us luck. Alright, here's what just happened. We got out to our glassing spot, and we saw bucks going into the perfect position. We have the trail camera set up over there in this draw that has a bunch of trees, and the terraces go through here. And they were going right across one of those terraces to get into those trees. So I go down and to get on one of the terraces above them so I could sneak up above them, get within shooting range. And then Casey sees a 4-point going over to his camera. So he goes over there. So we have no communication. And I don't know quite yet what happened with Casey's buck. But when I got over there, there was 2 really nice 3s. They came up halfway up to the terrace I was on by the time I got there. So I was having to belly crawl basically through this brush as quiet as I could go.
and I got within 100 yards. And then they walked away from these trees, so I was able to get over in position, and then they started to come back. So I thought I was gonna have my chance. But instead of coming right towards me, they start going up, and then they take this draw straight up and over. But then there's a 2x3 and a 2-point just down below, like 3 terraces below me. So I stalk over to where I think they'll funnel up, and I sit there, but I don't see them, so I don't know if they walked off. And so I see a few bucks across the canyon, decide to walk back to my boots, and I turn around and realize, oh, they're bedded down 3 terraces below me. So I go back over and try to drop down, but then they must have heard me break a twig or something. But they got up, and they didn't really bust out, they didn't run, but they kind of did their little trot. Went down about 80 yards, did the typical mule deer, looked back, and just walked off. So I don't think they're spooked. They might come back later today or tomorrow. Hopefully they do. But it's about time to head back to camp and see what happened with Casey's.
Ground. Do you know how I said that I was gonna go down and chase that 4-point down by my camera?
Yeah.
Like, freaking took my boots off way down there, and I crept down in. He was just gone. And I was sitting above my camera, and I look over, and those deer were feeding across that hillside.
Yep, I saw those deer.
Those lower, like the 4-point, the
Yeah.
couple 4-points. And so I freaking creeped down. I had my boots off the whole time. Creeped down, got behind the ridge, like right where I was, like right on the crest of it.
Yep.
And they dipped down, and I saw the dirt path that they were going to come out on a range of 60 yards.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I adjusted my sight, and I just waited. I was sitting there, I crouched down, my legs were freaking cramping up. And they came out at 60 yards. It was a little bit past, so I adjusted to 62. Drew back, I crouched down, and then I stood up, and right when I stood up, they both like looked at me. And he was broadside, and I let him fly, and he kind of jumped string, and I hit him back, but he tumbled. He's down. I can see him down. He's dead.
Hell yeah.
So,
Fuck yeah.
Let's go pack a buck out, dude. Oh man, freaking steep.
Oh, hell yeah. There we have it. Kc's 2019 Utah archery buck.
Public land. Bust her ass.
Beating the odds once again.
You say trip as in like trip down the mountain?
Yeah. Right, there goes Casey down the mountain off to the road to pack out his deer. I'm at the carcass site right now. My plan is to head back up to camp, kind of glass a bit more and see if I can locate some bucks. Then I gotta head back up to my camera and pull my trail camera and hopefully knock down another deer tonight, if not in the morning.
gives you a lot to think about when you're this high up, this far out in the woods by yourself. We just killed a really nice mule deer. 4x4. Probably a 3.5-year-old buck, not super old. But it really makes you think what this all means to you. Sadly, there's this view on hunting that it's about the kill. It's about the bloodlust. But that's not it. When hunters get excited, it's not because you just took a life. It's because you beat the odds. You're providing for yourself. Like, it takes you back to your roots in a sense that not many people can understand. When you take this animal's life, it's more out of respect. Because these animals have quite the instinct, the fight or flight instinct. And their senses are tremendous compared to ours. They can smell much better, hear much better. So, when you're able to get in on these animals and get a shot off and come out successful, it's something that proves to you that you're more than just the daily city life. You're more than get up at 9, work till 5. Sometimes you need that getaway. It's humbling. So now, because we got this mule deer, Casey's freezer will be full for the next year. He'll be able to feed himself a high quality, high protein meat that, in my opinion, trumps all farmed meat. Deer and elk, you can't compare it. Yeah, beef is good, but there is something else about eating meat that you harvested yourself. Alright, so it's probably about, 3 o'clock. I have my phone, it's at camp charging. But I don't really see anything walking about. Everything's probably bedded down, pretty warm. So I'm gonna head over and pull my camera, my trail camera, and bring my bow with me in my pack, just in case I see something over there. So hopefully things go well. Then I can come back here and see if I can find something.
Did you hit him? Kelton just arrowed his buck. Just spotted it, didn't go more than probably 100 yards. And he's down. How you feeling right now, Kel?
Oh my god, he's huge.
That's a big buck. Oh.
Look at this thing.
'19 high country mule deer. 2 for 2. Oh man. There we are, ready to get out of here.
Team AOD out to finish off our 2019 archery season.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
The last uphill is done. Kelton's on his way downhill now.